In the previous video, we had seen mining complex data types such as networks, graphs, time series, and symbolic data. In today's video, we are going to see mining some other kinds of data, which are mainly semi-structured or structured data. So what are the other kinds of data that we are going to see today is spatial data, spatiotemporal and moving object data, cyber-physical system data, multimedia data, text data, web data, and data streams. So we'll see one by one. What do you mean by spatial data and what kind of mining we can do on spatial data? So actually, spatial data mining discovers patterns and knowledge from spatial data. So spatial data refers to geospace related data stored in geospatial data repositories. So this data can be in the form of a vector or raster. So recently, large geographic data warehouse have been constructed from multiple sources. From these, we can construct spatial data cubes that contain spatial dimensions and measures and support spatial OLAP operations also. So spatial data mining involves mining spatial associations and collocation patterns, spatial clustering, spatial classification, spatial modeling, and spatial trend and outlier analysis. So mainly mining spatial data means we are going to find out some kind of patterns and knowledge from the spatial data. So these kind of spatial data were stored in geospatial data repositories, which we are going to analyze. Now, second category is mining spatiotemporal and moving object data. So what do you mean by spatiotemporal data? Spatial-temporal data are the data that relate to both space and time. Spatiotemporal data mining refers to the process of discovering patterns and knowledge from spatiotemporal data. For example, spatiotemporal data mining includes discovering the evolutionary history of cities and lands, uncovering weather patterns, predicting earthquakes, and determining global warming trends, etc. So these are some of the examples of spatiotemporal data. Spatiotemporal data mining has become important nowadays because of the popularity of our mobile phones, GPS devices, internet-based map services, weather services, etc. So nowadays, spatiotemporal data is having more important and more research is going on spatiotemporal data. Among many kinds of spatiotemporal data, moving object data are especially important. For example, it can be used by animal scientists, can attach a telemetry equipment on wildlife to analyze ecological behavior, mobility managers, embedded GPS in cars to better monitor and guide vehicles, and etc. So in different applications are there for this space moving object data. Examples of moving object data mining includes mining movement patterns from multiple moving objects. Now coming to a third category, that is mining cyber physical system data. So what is a cyber physical system or a CPS? A CPS is typically consists of a large number of interacting physical and information components. CPS systems may be interconnected to form a large heterogeneous cyber physical networks. So some of the examples of cyber physical networks include a patient care system that links a patient monitoring system with a network of patient medical information and an emergency handling system. Similarly, a transportation system that links the transportation monitoring network consisting of many sensors and video cameras with a traffic information and control system. So data generated in cyber physical systems are dynamic, volatile, noisy, inconsistent, and interdependent. containing rich spatiotemporal information, and they are critically important for real-time decision making process. So, in comparison with the typical spatiotemporal data mining cyberphysical data requires linking the current situation with the data mining and large information base, performing real-time calculations and recurring prompt responses that is required for the CPS systems. So as we told, it can the applications of cyber physical systems in healthcare, air traffic control, flood simulation, etc. Now we will see mining multimedia data. Most of us are very familiar with the multimedia data. Every time we will be using audio, video, all image, all those kind of data. So multimedia data mining is the discovery of interesting patterns from multimedia databases that stores and manages large collection of multimedia objects, including image data, video data, audio data, sequence data, hypertext data, which contains text, text markups, linkages, etc. Multimedia data mining is actually an interdisciplinary field. Now, the issues in multimedia data mining include content-based retrieval, similarity search, generalization and multidimensional analysis, etc. Multimedia data cubes contain additional dimension and measures for multimedia information. Now, next category is mining the text data. So, what do you mean by text mining? Actually, text mining is an interdisciplinary field which includes information retrieval, data mining, machine learning, statistics, and computational linguistics, etc. So, an important goal of the text mining is to derive high quality information from text. So, this is typically done through the discovery of patterns and trends by means of such statistical pattern learning, topic modeling, and statistical language modeling. Text mining usually requires structuring the input text, which is followed by deriving patterns within the structured data and evaluation and interpretation of the output also. So typical text mining tasks include text categorization, text clustering, concept or entity extraction, production of granular taxonomies, sentiment analysis, document summarization, entity relationship modeling, etc. Various kinds of text mining and analysis software and tools are available. Text mining often also uses WordNet, Semantic Web, Wikipedia, and other information sources to enhance the understanding and mining of text data. Now we'll move to mining of web data. So as we know, the World Wide Web serves a huge, widely distributed global information center for news, advertisements, consumer information, financial management, education, government, and e-commerce. So web mining is the application of data mining technique which helps to discover patterns, structures, and knowledge from the web. So we can divide actually web mining into three areas: web content mining, web structure mining, and web usage mining. So what is web content mining? So the name indicates web content mining analyzes web content such as text, multimedia data, and structured data. This is done to understand the content of a web page and provide informative keyword-based page indexing, web page relevance, ranking, web page content summarize, and some other kind of valuable information related to web search and analysis. So web content mining has been studied extensively by researchers, search engines, and other web service companies. So web structure so coming to the second category, that is web structure mining. So web structure mining is the process of using graphs and network mining theory and methods to analyze the nodes and connection structures on the web. So it extracts the patterns and hyperlinks. It can also mine the document structure within a page. And the third type is web usage mining. So usage mining is the process of extracting useful information such as user click streams, So from a server log. So it finds patterns related to general or particular groups of users. So understand that user search patterns, their trends and associations, and then they will predict what users are looking for on the internet. So this help to improve the search efficiency and its effectiveness. Also, it promotes products or related information to different groups of users. Finally, mining data streams. So what do you mean by a stream data? Stream data is actually a data that flow into a system in a vast volume. It will change dynamically. They're infinite. They can be infinite and contain multi-dimensional features. So such data cannot be stored in traditional database systems. So this actually a great challenge for the effective mining of stream data. So nowadays, development of efficient methods for mining data streams, um, such as classification, clustering, outlier analysis, and other online detection of rare events in data streams, etc., are in the research areas, and it is developing such kind of methods. So this includes collecting information about stream data in sliding windows and exploring some techniques like microclustering, limited aggregation, and approximation. Thank you.